Here I have a table. Isn't this thing a kick? Whoops. Remember I told you once about keeping things fresh by putting wet paper towels on them? Well, that's what I've done. Works very well. Keeps everything moist. Let me move this table out. If I were in an apartment, this would be a great gimmick because you can open the table thusly and bring things in, you see. Let me lock it here. Wouldn't this be a great thing to have? This is put out by Thomas Copeland and Sons in, where are they? Virginia, West Virginia, I think. There, you lock it up. Now, I can make a Greek salad. Look, I have Greek olives. Red ones are cracked, and some black ones, calamares. And I'll put them out here. And let's, oh, here we go. Here we go. Got to get ready for the dinner. A Greek wine glass certainly doesn't look like a old American wine glass, nor does the wine bottle. There we go. You drink it straight. Do you remember in the old days you used to throw the wine glasses on the floor too? And we need some ouzo for an appetizer. What is ouzo? Ouzo is a anisette liqueur, and it is served on ice traditionally, or it is drunk straight. And either way, it will bring you very near death. But the moment of death is just joyful. It's delicious stuff. So I'll pour some ouzo for my friend that'll be coming. A little bit of ouzo and ice. And also on the table, I have some Greek coffee. There we are. Oh, this stuff is just muddy at the bottom. Remember, the Greeks were into coffee long before most of the rest of us were. They understood it and enjoyed it. And I've used oregano that comes from Greece. You buy it in big bags at a good Greek market. Find a good Greek market, and you just crunch the stuff up and shake it out of the sack. And it is so fresh and it's so beautiful, you can't believe it. Let me put some of these dishes on. The table, of course, would be covered with my beautiful squid and skorthalia, and I could put my dish of cheese on the table and a great big Greek salad. I need to put some feta cheese on the salad and some green onions and a bit of yellow onion and some lovely thin sliced green pepper, and I'm set. And for dessert, I could serve baklava. You know baklava? A beautiful pastry made of many, many layers. This one. And this one is called kadaifi, and these little cookies are called paxamedia. And I can just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. Because the history of Greece is involved beautifully in food. In the old days, the original cooks were slaves. This is prior to the time of Homer, for heaven's sakes. And then at the time of Homer, we see the men of the house, the aristocrats, doing their own cooking. And gradually, a young person was brought into the house and taught to bake bread, and he was a slave. And eventually he rose socially to the point where he was highly respected as the local cook. And he was then the one that was protected in the household. He was very carefully protected. As a matter of fact, there's an old line that says, when the cook makes a mistake, it's the flute player who gets struck. Isn't that incredible? That's how it was going. Eventually, during the great invasion of Greece, when the hordes came in from the north and began killing off the aristocrats, the priests in the local monasteries gathered up the beautiful chefs and hid them in the monasteries. And that's the background of something we now call the chef's hat. We call it a French chef's hat. It is not a French chef's hat, any more than bechamel sauce is French. That was invented by the Greeks. Any more than a French frying pan is French. It was invented by the Greeks. And the chef's hat that we know now came about from the time they were hiding in the monasteries after the Great Invasion. And the hats that the priests wore were long, tall, black hats with a little puff on the top. And after a while, they realized that they should, after 2 generations, they realized they should be marked in a different way. So rather than wear the black hat, eventually they began to wear the white hat. And that's the background of what you and I call the chef's cap. It came from Greece. It came from Greece along with 1,000 other beautiful things. And you and I can afford, indeed we are obligated, to celebrate the history of Greece with food, because they brought us architecture, justice, and they brought us ouzo. For heaven's sakes, ouzo and rolled grape leaves and marvelous things that can help all of us in the household understand our own history. We owe an awful lot to Athens, and I'm glad. This is the Frugal Gourmet. Until we're together again, I bid you peace with this, ouzo, yamas. Bless you. Bye-bye.